All right, tell me both of your names.
I'm Rose.
Ryan,
Rose and Ryan. And Rose, you and Ryan, how long have you two been together?
4 years, over 4 years.
And how did you meet?
Met her at her former job at Callaway Gardens. I was visiting. I used to go there all the time, and just ran into her. Started talking.
Just stroke of luck, wasn't it? All right. So, tell me a little bit about what your lifestyle is.
We do a lot of homesteading type activities, despite the fact that we work full time. We have full time jobs as gardeners at the Inn at Serenbe. We grow all of the food for the farmhouse restaurant. We do that all organically. And we do pretty much the same thing at home. We grow all organic food at home. We have 40 chickens. So we do a lot of eggs too and sell eggs to different people and stuff. And we can a lot of the produce that we grow. And then we go to farmers markets as much as we can to get more produce to can even more stuff, because that's one of our big things, is trying to be as self-sustainable as possible.
Okay. And so, and your first name was Ryan?
Ryan.
Ryan, yeah. Okay, I want to say Brian. Okay, Ryan, what is, tell me about some of the stuff that you teach people to do.
Well, I've taught a class for the Homestead Atlanta on how to make wine. Can make wine from fruits, vegetables, herbs, flowers. That's the classes I've taught so far. Mm-hmm. Then I've helped her with Organic Vegetable Gardening 101.
Okay. That's awesome. And you said you make your own hygiene products. Tell me about that.
Well, we started, researching about the chemicals that we were putting into our bodies and on our bodies, and decided that it made more sense and it was more economical as well to make our own that was not using chemicals. So we have switched over to using our own homemade deodorant, homemade toothpaste, homemade shampoo. You name it. If we can make it, we'll make it.
And tell me a little bit about building stuff. Tell me a little bit about chicken coops and building. Part of what this is building things that ordinarily you would not build them in these type places. How could we achieve that?
Well, for gardening purposes, you can build raised bed gardens, those are great for urban environments to make people able to grow their own fruits and vegetables, so they can do that if they'd like. And then building a chicken coop, you can build a chicken coop with enough space to house however many chickens it is you can take care of in whatever kind of space you have available.
And so what about the canning and say, we talked about making soap. You guys can do that and teach that and that kind of stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, pretty much anything we've put our hands on as things that we were wanting to try, we've been very successful at. It's something that we both are just really good at doing. It comes naturally. A big part of that, I think, for me personally, is I grew up this way. Mm-hmm. My parents were subsistence agriculture from the start. I grew up with all our own food and all of our own vegetables and animals and stuff like that. And I grew up on goat's milk, and my mom and dad had goats, and I've always lived in that lifestyle. Not as much when I first moved away from home and I was in college. Of course, it was a little different. But once I, got settled down and everything, it just all came back. Started doing it all myself and canning all my own stuff. And it's just a much healthier lifestyle for us.
Right. And Ryan, how did you kind of get into this type lifestyle?
Through her, mostly. Being with her and just getting inspired. I've always been in the kitchen and cooking, and I've always liked to prepare my own meals rather than going out to eat. And I've worked in a lot of restaurants, so I already have the kitchen skills and the cooking. And then being with her and learning about all these different things of, growing your own food and then bringing it in from the garden, cooking it ourselves. And then it just went naturally from there. When we had too much food, wasn't going to let it go bad, so started learning how to preserve it.
Okay. So, this show may kind of take it. I guess kind of what you do, you guys, is you could do is it kind of has a prepper feel to it, where you teach people to. Do you ever do any of that? Teach any the prepper type people come in and those type things?
Not directly. I have a Facebook page we've had for the last 4 years or maybe a little bit longer, and it has over 3,000 followers on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually voted one of the top 50 homesteading pages.
And what is it? What is it?
It's called Passionate Plants.
Okay.
And it started out as, talking about gardening stuff, but it definitely, I have a lot of connections with a lot of prepper pages as well through that page because of the connections to living a healthy lifestyle coincide with the prepping lifestyle as well. Sustainability, being able to survive from your own backyard is an important skill to have, whether you're prepping or just trying to live healthy life.
Right.
And we do a lot of other preserving too, like we do dehydrating, and we do fermenting, where we do the traditional pickle making and the traditional sauerkraut where you ferment it so that you have the higher probiotics, and that increases your health as well. And we do kombucha, which is, kind of a big thing in some of the stores now, the health food stores, is people are buying, kombucha. Well, we make our own kombucha.
What is kombucha?
It is a fermented tea. It is like a sweet tea that has been fermented to add probiotics, and it increases your gut health and everything like that. And we make our own yogurt. We make cheese. I mean, just basically anything that we can figure out how to make at home, we do.
And so you can help with the actual infrastructure that people would need, like whatever, they want to have goats or they want to have whatever. You can figure out a way. Do you have like carpentry skills and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we've built our own chicken coops and stuff, and we've built raised garden beds for family members and stuff. And so, I mean, we've definitely done that stuff as much as anybody else who's homesteading. It's kind of one of the things that goes into it.
Right. All right. Can you hang on 1 second? Hey, man, what are you doing? Hey, I'm going to call you right back in 10 minutes. I'm in the middle of a Skype. I'm going to call you right back. I'll call you right back. All right. Okay. All right. So, I think... So let me ask you this too. On your Facebook page, just so we can get a pool of people going, can you reach out to other people and let them know what we're looking for and that kind of thing? And we may end up with you and this and that and everything else. So, post it on your Facebook page that we're looking for people like you to maybe be in a TV show that would teach homesteading and everything that goes around it.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to take your Skype and send it on to the producers right now, and then I'll call you sometime tomorrow.
Excellent.
All right. Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you.
You too.
All right.